Welcome to Gear Shift Hub. Picture this, a titan of a cruiser, long gone from Honda's lineup, now roaring back into life via the 2025 Honda VTX 1800R. A legend reawakened, a muscle cruiser reborn, marrying the DNA of old-school V-twin domination with aerodynamic modern comfort. Today we're going deep into everything about this spy Kia, its soul, its numbers, its swagger, so buckle up, there's no stepping away until we've covered it all. Start with that thumping heart. The VTX 1800's legacy engine is a 1795cc liquid-cooled 52-degree V-twin with sock and 3 valves per cylinder, built to work off the line and a deep, resonant rumble. While Honda hasn't released full official figures for the 2025 variant yet, we're working from the familiar. Historically, this engine punched out around 106.8 107 horsepower at 5,000 revolutions per minute and delivered approximately 162.8 163 Nm, about 120 pounds-to-feet of torque, around 3,000 3,500 revolutions per minute. That kind of grunt made the original VTX a stoplight sprinter and highway chomping contender. Expect the 2025 version to retain that power plant's character, perhaps with refined fuel mapping, cleaner emissions, maybe even but with zero compromise on raw feel. What about acceleration? The previous model did 0-60 miles per hour in about 3.8 seconds and topped out near 135 miles per hour. Those are benchmarks that any returning cruiser must exceed or at least match. When you crack the throttle on this beast, you're promised instant grabbing power, smooth and low, perfect for aggressive cruising or long, lazy rides. That power needs a platform, and the VTX delivers with heritage. A double cradle steel frame anchors it, with a long, balanced 67.5-inch wheelbase for stability and a low seat height, near 28 inches, making it accessibly still true to its cruiser roots. Up front, expect inverted 45mm forks with around 5 inches of travel, while the rear uses dual shocks with preload adjustability. A traditional, yes, but stout and capable. Weight isn't featherlight at around 798 800 pounds weight, but that mass gives it planted confidence on highways. Braking follows the Honda legacy, a linked braking system blending front and rear with intuitive feel. Dual 296mm front discs and a 316mm rear disc, tied together so that the front lever covers 2/3 of front braking and the rear pedal handles the rest. Honda's combined system offers safety and simplicity. Expect this to continue in the 2025 model, paired perhaps with ABS for extra poise. Let's lean into design. The 2025 VTX 1800R appears in teaser footage as a cruiser both fresh and familiar. A long, low, muscular, the teardrop tank, swept back front end, stretched stance, and chrome-rich powertrain visuals echo past glory, yet with clean lines and updated finishes for 2025. The seat stays low around that sub-28-inch range, making it comfortable and reachable. Expect 2-in-1 or optional 2-in-2 exhausts. Tasteful badging and accessory-ready styling is somewhere between classic and custom build. In terms of comfort, one of VTX's most praised features was its ergonomics: a padded drag-style seat, wide bars, and a forward control layout that makes long rides tolerable. Still, the original fuel tank, at 16.820 liters 4.5A 5.3 gallons, limited distances to about 158-200 kilometers between fill-ups when ridden hard. It would surprise no one if Honda upgraded capacity slightly for the 2025 model, just enough to stretch range. Fuel economy hovered near 38 45 miles per gallon between 6.0 liters/100 kilometers and maybe 35 miles gallon, enough to make long rides viable with planning. Handling-wise, despite its size, the beast was nimble at city speeds, and corner holding at high speeds was surprisingly fun. Ground clearance was better than expected, so highway lean angles worked until you started scraping. Even a heavy cruiser can carve. Some past users noted strong front brakes and stable stopping, and the smooth shaft drive remove the chain maintenance headache. Reliability, legendary. Riders across forums call the VTX bulletproof even after long miles. One said, "I had one, put almost 100,000 kilometers on it in 4 years, and it was a Timex." Another described it as requiring just basic maintenance, and outlasting comparable Harleys with lower upkeep costs. Aftermarket voice points to clutch hydraulic works, but overall the tech is mature and forgiving. On the flip side, some owners note that fuel gauges were absent, only low fuel warning lamps, and that chrome plating or wrapped components can be tricky or costly to clean after years of wear. Parts availability for older models could be an issue. Hopefully Honda supported the 2025 release with fresh production availability. Let's talk price. The original VTX 1800 Tourer had a base price around $13,499. Considering Honda's 2025 Cruiser Fury sells for about $11,499 currently, it's realistic to estimate the flagship VTX 1800 are landing in the $14,000 ballpark. Positioned as power cruiser flagship with premium fit and finish. This would make sense, a step up in displacement, heritage, and performance. So what makes the 2025 Honda VTX 1800 truly stand out? First, its resurrection after nearly 2 decades as a Honda's refresh of a 1800cc V-twin legend. Not just nostalgia, but a modern reinterpretation. Second, that engine had massive torque, linear power, smooth delivery, and unmistakable presence. Third, a design that balances cruiser tradition with updated aesthetics. Accessible ergonomics, sleek tank, muscular silhouette, and chrome or gloss finishes suiting both long-haul touring and custom flair. Fourth, that Honda-built reliability and lower maintenance footprint, compared to rivals like Harley, where costs add up fast. Fifth, a platform primed for customization. A VTX has always been a favorite for bagger conversions, custom pipes, and rider personalization. In practice, imagine the script delivered across scenic visuals, rumbling exhaust shots, slow pans of chrome and lines, throttle twist with DAC clustering, sweeping highway rides at dawn, close-ups of gauges and seat comfort, split screen of torque thrust, and quotes or stats overlay as you speak. Use voiceover to contextualize numbers 3.8 seconds to 60 for this is not sluggish, and captions to highlight specs. If we were to close with emotional punch, emphasize this: the 2025 Honda VTX 1800 is more than a bike, it's a statement. A comeback of a pure muscle cruiser that knows its soul is torque, its mandate is comfort, and its mission is to deliver a ride that makes you grin. It's where a trusty powertrain meets revived style, where modern engineering complements classic presence. It's Honda, coming back swinging, and it asks, want to ride the legend?